Good morning, students. Welcome to the online classes. Today, on the second day of our class, we will proceed with the understanding and critical appreciation of the poem Somebody's Mother. In our previous slide class, we had learnt about the poet, the importance of Mother's Day celebration, and the happiness gained through helping others. We also had a model reading of the poem. Somebody's Mother by Mary Dowbrine is a beautiful poem depicting the wonderful values of care and love for others. Now, children, today we are going to learn in detail four stanzas of the poem. Let's begin with the first stanza. The woman was old and ragged and grey, and bent with the chill of the winter's day. The street was wet with a recent snow, and the woman's feet were aged and slow. An old woman wearing ragged clothes was standing at a crossing to go to the other side of the road. She was waiting for the traffic to stop so that she could safely go to the other side. Winter cold was so extreme to bear that the old woman was bent down. Besides, due to aging, she walked with slow steps as her feet were slow and unsteady. Let's learn the meanings of the words ragged and grey. Ragged means worn out or tattered or shabby. Grey means old or aged. Think, children, what would you do if you spot an aged man or woman struggling to cross a busy road when you are yourself busy? Let's move on to the next stanza. She stood at the crossing and waited long, alone, uncared for, amid the throng of human beings who passed her by. None heeded the glance of her anxious eye. Here we come across two words, throng and heeded. Throng means a large, densely packed crowd of people or animals. Heeded means paid attention to. Amid means in the midst of. Now let's understand the meaning. She kept waiting, but the traffic did not stop. No passerby paid attention to her need and concern. She was too old and helpless to cross the road by herself. Besides, the people who passed by were mostly insensitive and uncaring. In these lines, the poet is exposing the cold heartedness of human beings. It was a shame for humanity that everyone was too busy to help an old woman. The woman deserved pity by all means, but people's insensitivity made her to wait on that roadside, and she was worried. She was worried that how would she cross that busy road. What does glance mean? Glance means a caring look. Anxious eye is a worried look. So we have seen how the old woman was worried that how would she cross the road. Now let's move on to our next stanza. Down the street with laughter and shout, glad in the freedom of school let out, came the boys like a flock of sheep, hailing the snow piled white and deep. Here, after some time, a group of boys came out of the school. They were happy and noisy. The boys were glad as they came out because it was the end of a long and old school day. They felt free after the school. Playing with the newly fallen snow, the boys scattered the deep snow as they walked. Here, the freedom that the boys enjoyed is compared to the freedom enjoyed by a flock of sheep. Although sheep have to follow the herder, they are not strictly monitored under teachers and rules. Came the boys like a flock of sheep. In this, flock of sheep, like a flock of sheep, is a simile. Simile is the figure of speech used here. The boys are compared to a flock of sheep. Simile means a comparison with different things using the words as and like. Let's understand the phrases and words in this stanza. A flock of sheep, like sheep following the herder. Children came out in a line, hailing the snow, shouting merrily at the snow. Piled, heaped up. Let's move on to our next stanza. Past the woman so old and grey, hastened the children on their way, nor offered a helping hand to her, so meek, so timid, afraid to stir. The boys were busy playing. They moved ahead, the old woman standing at the crossing. The boys passed the old woman in great hurry. They did not offer her any help to cross the road. The old woman was so shy and timid that she could not seek help from one of the boys. Because of her timidness, or as she was shy and scared, she did not ask anyone to help her. Let's understand the meanings of some words from this stanza. Past, going ahead. Hastened, hurried. Meek, too gentle to defend oneself. Timid, shy and scared. Stir, move or walk. So children, we have understood the meaning of the first four stanzas of this poem, that is the lines 1 to 16. Based on this, note down the homework for today. Learn the meanings of the words and phrases given in the slides. Think and answer the question. What would you do if you spot an aged man or woman struggling to cross a busy road when you are yourself busy? Write the rhyming words from the lines of the poem 1 to 16, the lines 1 to 16. Write the figure of speech from these lines and explain it. So, children, you must have seen that in this poem, as we come to the end of today's class, we must have seen that kindness, mercy, and sympathy are very important values of our life which we need to carry throughout our life. Tomorrow, we will see how one of the boys helped the old woman and then what had happened. Today we have seen in the poem that sometimes how insensitive and busy people are in their own world. So children, this must have left you with some good values. Thank you children for listening this class, and have a good time and keep thinking. Thank you children once again, and have a nice